Hey everyone, this is Luke again, and today is a very special day. It is the 15-year anniversary of Ninjago, or, well, more specifically, the 15-year anniversary of when the pilot episodes first aired on Cartoon Network back on January 14th, 2011. And that's a very momentous occasion because never in a million years would I think that Ninjago would even be still remotely be talked about to this very day. I never thought in a million years that this would even remotely happen, but it happened. We are still talking about this show 1.5 decades later, and we're only 5 years away from it being 2 decades old, 20 years old. So, um, that's that's just amazing, and I just wanted to point that out because this is my anniversary video. Um, I actually did a series 5 years ago for the 10-year anniversary called "What Makes Ninjago So Good." So if you want to check out that playlist, you could find on my channel, and it's titled "What Makes Ninjago So Good." So if you want to check that out, you can check it out. Also, by the way, I decided that I'm going to use this mic that I've had for a couple of years now, this Razer Saren mini mic. Hopefully the audio will be a bit better. So hopefully, um, it sounds a bit cleaner. It sounds a bit, nicer. So hopefully the audio will be a bit better in terms of it because I've I've looked at my um previous videos, and I feel like they're kind of loud because they I was using the speaker in this Chromebook right here, um and that probably would explain it. But um today's video is something that I've wanted to talk about because it is the anniversary. And that is, why am I so insecure about talking about Ninjago even in today, even in this year of 2026. Um and yes, believe it or not, I still am insecure about Ninjago uh in this day and age. I am still insecure about it. Um, so it's one of those things where people will be like, "You shouldn't be insecure about it," but I am. Um, so the first reason I want for why I'm very insecure about it is my age, of course. As you all know, I'm currently 23 years old. So obviously, if you take away 15, that means Ninjago first came out when I was 8 years old. Um, and I think back then, um, like I said, it was much more acceptable to like a show like Ninjago back in 2011 or even 2012. Back when it first came out, when you were at those ages. But when you're in your teens and even into adulthood, like I am, it kind of feels embarrassing. It's like, haven't you grown out of this? Or like, you need to grow up. You need to act your age. You need to um be an adult, because the adult world is not nice, which is true. It's not nice at all. Um, but I think the reasoning for that's also the reasoning why I keep going back to like kid shows and whatnot, is because the adult world is so scary and such a scary place that I feel that I almost kind of like reject it almost. Like, I don't want to be an adult. I want to be a kid again. Um I want to be this innocent little boy that, you know, that to some extent never really had a proper childhood. I'm essentially healing my inner child in my heart by doing that. And I hope that inner child of me is thanking the current me right now for, you know, taking care of it. Um, and but I also have to remind myself that there are Ninjago fans that are older than me. That there are some that are older than me. I've known a couple of fans who are in their 30s. Some are a bit few years older, like in their because I'm in my early to mid 20s. Some of them are in their late 20s. Um, and some of them even watch it with their children. Um, which that's awesome. That's awesome. Like I said, I think I may have revealed this, but I have a niece. So I am an uncle in real life, and she has been possibly getting her foot into Ninjago as well, mostly because she loves dragons. But I would love to be that cool uncle and watch it with her. Not in private, of course, in private. Just the two of us. N- not my mom, not my sister, not with my sister, but just her and me together. Just uncle and niece watching a show that has bonded us both together. Which honestly, it can't be more sweeter than that. I can't think of a lot of things more sweeter than that. Um, and the other big reason why I'm very insecure about it, as I mentioned before, is my family. Because a lot of people have families who don't may not understand why their child may like this. But it's kind of no different than like a millennial child liking Pokemon, as my sister did. She was a Pokemon fanatic. Same thing with someone who likes Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or the Power Rangers, for example. It's kind of like those things. It's just you don't expect these things to last as long as they do. But when they do, it's like, wow. Um it feels kind of like it's like you never really expected to go that far. Or one that I really forgot, SpongeBob, for example, because yes, that was my show before Ninjago was SpongeBob, because it's SpongeBob. Come on, if you haven't watched SpongeBob, what's wrong with you? Plain and simple, what's wrong with you? I mean, well, actually, I should rephrase. If you haven't at least heard of him, heard of it, because I may understand if you haven't watched it for like other reasons. Um, but I do feel insecure, mentioning it around my family because it never once came into the conversation. Like my mom or dad never like walked waltzed in to my room when I was watching an episode, and they never waltzed in as, "Hey, what are you watching, man?" or "Hey, what are you watching?" They never once did that. So I feel like, and even then, like I mentioned with SpongeBob, I still kind of gets insecure when my mom finds me watching SpongeBob, because it's one of those things. It's kind of goes back the age. I feel like I should move on from this. I should move on, but my heart can't. The kid in me just cannot move on from this because I'm trying to heal my inner child, and it's just it's hard because it's just difficult. It's difficult to explain to your parents that you've been liking this show for like ever since you were a kid, and you only revealed this now 15 or so years later. When you're an adult, it feels embarrassing. It's like I should have told them years ago, but the reason I didn't is because no one really asked me. No one really asked me for my opinion about it. And um no and like I said, um or actually no, I've never once gotten a Lego set, a Ninjago set ever. And that's true. I never have once got a Ninjago set. Never in my life. I was a show purist at the end of the day. Um, so there you go. But one thing I also want to leave you with is my little origin story on how I got into Ninjago. Um, so if you don't know, I may have posted a video talk about how I did martial arts, more specifically Taekwondo. I think I may have mentioned this in my storytime series that I did way back. Um, but the story goes something like this. My first class um was on January 8th, 2011, 6 days prior to Ninjago's pilot episodes airing for the first time on TV. So after I took that class, I mean, I wasn't sure. It felt like I didn't really belong in that class. It felt like I was the odd one out, you know, just trying something new for the sake of something new. Then I would I think I was just scrolling through TV one day and I found Ninjago by sheer chance because I was simply bored and I wanted something to watch because we didn't have internet here at the place where I have it. We didn't have that. Um, so I watched it and I was immediately hooked. It was so exciting. I was just so enthralled by it. And I was like, you know what? I want to be just like these ninja. So that's exactly why I continued with my martial arts courses until 2018 when I retired um, for mental health reasons. But yeah, I feel like if it wasn't for that show, I would have told my grandma or my parents that, hey, it's not for me. And I feel like I would be a completely different person than I am today, right now. And I feel like I wouldn't have had the chance to meet so many amazing people. And sure, I would have not have had to go through some of the stupid crap that I had did, but sometimes you need to go through the stupid crap in order to grow and evolve as a person. So I I think it was one of those things where I feel it was like it's like a huge butterfly effect. If this didn't happen, then this didn't happen, then this didn't happen, so on and so forth. Kind of like if you watch Ninjago, the episode "Wrong Place, Wrong Time." It's a huge butterfly effect of things that wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for this silly little show about Lego ninjas. That's it. um, but yeah, those are the two main reasons why I'm insecure about talking about Ninjago with, other people or even, on the internet as a whole because I often kind of have that feeling of what are they going to if they're going to judge me or not. Actually that's the third reason is that I care a lot about what other people think of me because I I want to be respected. I want to be loved and I feel like I should listen to people and if I do something that, makes them like less than pleased, I want to know why, you know? So that's why I try to listen as best as I can because I don't want to give out the wrong impression to people, to the wrong set of people. That's why I care about like, because I remember one instance, I remember one day and I think it was in high school, I remember someone coming up to me and telling me Ninjago is gay. That's literally what they said. I wanted to sock that dude right in the mouth. But I didn't. I chose the pacifist route because I knew that punching him would just, it would I would have possibly been suspended, for violence. um so I didn't. I just ignored what he said and we didn't interact with each other about this ever again. It just happened. Isol- it was an isolated incident, and that was that. So yeah, those are my three main reasons: my age, my family, and I care about what other people think. And I also gave you all a little backstory on how I got into Ninjago in the first place. So hopefully you all will understand how this guy right here became the person that he is because of this silly little show about Lego Ninjas. So happy 15-year anniversary to Ninjago. Um, hopefully it'll spread to even longer. Hopefully it'll go on even longer so that when I maybe have children, I will show them what dad really loved. I'll give them a chance to sort of carry on the legacy of the ninja. So, yeah, happy 15 years of Lego Ninjago. And I hope you guys liked this video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel by click on the red subscribe button, and click that notification bell to receive every video that I will upload. Also, tell me if using this new mic is gonna be, well, not new mic, but using this mic that I've had for a while will work better with the video and audio quality overall. But anyways, I hope you guys see you in the next video. Bye bye.